Hey guys, welcome to this video, and it may be a two-parter, I'm not sure, just depending on how long it takes to go through. We're going to be talking about our vocabulary for spreadsheets, so we need to know some new words that relate to spreadsheets so that we can talk about it effectively, we can talk about it efficiently when we are working in our project where we're going to use spreadsheets. So let's see, you should have your worksheet with you. Okay, it has some places to fill it in, so you don't have to write the whole definition. You're just filling in some of the most important words as we go along. So as I'm talking you through it, you're going to be listening for the words that are going to fill in the blanks. Okay, so let's go through the first one really quickly, and I'm going to need my mouse here, so I've got to spread out a little bit. Excuse me. Okay, so the first word is workbook, and the workbook really is the whole file. That's your whole file. So this spreadsheet that I'm in here is a workbook. So a workbook, so just to be clear, we're gonna do this one very clearly. A workbook is a spreadsheet file with one or more worksheets. Okay, and we're going to see what a worksheet is here in just a second. So when we start a spreadsheet file, we're actually opening up a workbook. Okay, that's the term for it. And if you can see here in my Google Drive, if I go to New and I go down to Google Sheets, I can open up a new spreadsheet, and that's really essentially opening up a workbook. Okay, or a spreadsheet workbook. All right, so a worksheet then. What's a worksheet? Well, a worksheet is the work area for entering and calculating data, and it's made up of your columns and rows here. So the worksheet is the work area here that you're looking at. Okay, so the worksheet is the work area for entering and calculating data. So that's what we're doing here when we actually use a spreadsheet. We're doing those things. We're entering data, we're calculating formulas, and so forth. All right. What is a cell then? A cell, right there, okay? The cell is the square or rectangle where a column and row come together, a place to enter one piece of data. Okay, so in each of these cells, I can put in one thing, basically. I want to put in one piece of information or data. Okay, that's our cell. A cell reference then is how do we identify a cell? So a cell reference is the location of a cell. It's labeled by the column letter and the row number. So for example, we could be on B6 right here that has a piece of information in it, or we could be on, let's say, all the way down here to G, I gotta move myself, to G70, let's see, here we go, I'm gonna find it, G78. Okay, so I went all the way down here. I don't have anything in G78, but I know that it is because we're on, if you can see that, we're on column G and we are on row 78, and that is right there. Okay, that's my cell reference for that particular cell. All right, let's go back up to the top here. Move myself back down. The sheet tab. Okay, so the sheet tab, I'm just going to move this a little bit, are down here. These are the sheet tabs. So I can have, remember when we were talking about a workbook and a worksheet, I can have more than one worksheet in a workbook file. So this is one file. Here's the file name. It's called sample data. Okay, this is my workbook, but I have multiple. You can see I have worksheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. Okay, these are my worksheets that are there. So a sheet tab are the tabs that appear at the bottom of a workbook window that tell you what sheet you're working in. So right now we're in sheet number 1. Okay, worksheet number 1. All right. Formula bar. So let's take a look at that. The formula bar is right there. Okay, and I'm going to bring that back up here. Sorry. And let me show you what the formula bar does. Right here, if I click in here, you don't see anything right here in the formula bar. if I click where I have some information right there, look, if I click there, now I see what information is in that cell. I can see that in my formula bar. But check this out. Let's go over to where I actually have a formula. If I click here where it says total price, and I'm on row 7 with mangoes, and it says my total price was $62.50, I can see that in the cell. But if I go over here to my formula bar, check it out, I can see my formula, okay, that I had in there. So I don't have to guess what formula I wrote. I know what it was right here. So I can see both things. I can see the cell where the actual information is, and I can see in the formula bar where I have my formula. Okay, if there's no formula there, it's just going to give you whatever is in the cell. So the number or the letter or the word or whatever it is. Okay, so that is your formula bar. Let's make sure we got that one. I can't remember if I went through that one specifically. So formula bar is a place to see the formula or function used in a cell. Okay, the place to see the formula or function used in a cell. All right, our next term is data. Okay, data is or are the facts and statistics collected together for reference or analysis. So when you put your spreadsheet together, you're collecting your data. Okay, so let me go over that one again. Data are the facts and statistics collected together for reference or analysis. So once we get all of our data together, then we can actually do something with it. We can reference it, so we can talk about it, and we can analyze it. We can use it to make decisions, right? So if I have all this information about my fruit that I have available to me, I can make decisions about maybe how much more I want to buy, how long I want to be selling it for, those sorts of things. So I have this data, I can make decisions. Okay. Let's see, what's our next word? Sorting. Sorting. That is just a fancy way of saying reordering your information. You're just going to put it in a different order. And I showed you that in the one of the videos before, but it's very simple to sort. And we're going to be doing this very soon. But let's say I want to sort by my total price. I could sort by my total price, okay, from my smallest total price to my largest total price. There we go, okay, and that has sorted over here, this column, but it sorts all the information over there as well. And ooh, it brought up some information. Check that out. It brought up some information from some things I had down below. So let's undo that. That was unintended. I meant to just, I should have just highlighted that. So if you highlight your whole screen, it's going to sort everything on your page. And I had some information down here that was different than the information up here. So that's what happened there. Okay, let's see what we got here. We are on to, you know what, I think, let's stop there, take a pause, okay? We'll cut this video off here, and then we'll come back for a part 2, and I'll hit graphs, and I'll show you those because those are on a different worksheet in this same workbook. Okay? All right. See you in a few.